All right, what's up, everybody? Look, we are back today with another quick Bitcoin video because Bitcoin is trying to make a rather important move that you need to be prepared for. Now, again, I know the audio, video, not the best, but I will be back home in about 3 to 4 days here. So, of course, all of that will be much better. But until then, we're just going to make do with what we got. So let's get straight into the video. So looking at Bitcoin's price here, okay, what we can see is that it has made a pretty solid bounce since our last video. Now, in the last video, what I told you was, look, listen, Bitcoin's price is pulling back. We of course had that beautiful pump, then it started to pull back a little bit for a few days. All of this is normal. All of this is expected. Nothing too surprising, right? You don't see cryptos just go straight up. They don't go straight up. Oftentimes they go up and then down and up and down and up and down. And that's just what they do. Now, in that video, I told you all, look, what you need to be on the lookout for the most for Bitcoin right now is the interaction that it's going to have at this top level right here. I said between $72,000 and $74,000, we're clearly going to run into a ton of resistance. And Bitcoin is going to struggle a little bit here. It's not just going to be a breeze to just smash through its all-time high. It's probably going to give us a little bit of issues. And so because of that, I said we're going to watch very closely the interaction that we have at this level in order to gauge and monitor how Bitcoin's price is moving in response to this level. Now, what we can see is that since then, Bitcoin's price has been giving us a little bit of a pullback, right? So we had this little pullback right here, and it came back down towards this $67,500 level. Now, you may think that this is just a normal level, right? This is an unimportant level, but it actually serves a little bit more of an important purpose. The purpose that it serves is the fact that this is a massive previous point of resistance, guys. Look right here, boom, right here, boom. We put in this shape, this pattern, whatever you want to call this, right? This right here. Bam, all based off of this key level of resistance at the time. And now it looks like Bitcoin's going to try to flip this previous point of resistance, boom, right here, this, into some support. Now, why is that so important? Well, it's important because if you look at it from a structural perspective, it's now giving Bitcoin an opportunity to make the move back above this previous point of resistance. The reason being is because, of course, we had a previous point of resistance. Bitcoin gave us a breakout to the upside. Off of that breakout, it came back down and flipped that previous point of resistance into support, building up a foundation that should be strong enough based off of the rejections that we got here in order to push Bitcoin's price back into the upside. And so at this given point, the next step for Bitcoin is for its price to make that move back to the upside. And so what's cool about it is that now we're in a situation in which we can create a range. Now we know what to be on the lookout for. One of two options is going to happen, and then we can base our actions off of that. Option number one is that Bitcoin's price is going to come back up and use this bounce of support, and maybe not immediately, right? Maybe it's not going to do that immediately, but it'll hold and stay above $67,600 and use that support to get back above this previous high over here, making the new all-time high. That's option number one, okay? Option number two is that it is going to lose this newly established support level and then declare that this RS flip is now invalidated and likely fall more substantially to the downside to what I would assume to be the low $60,000 region. And so what's cool about it is now we can quite simply just look at this as a range and say, okay, well, I probably won't really do anything until we see Bitcoin's price break out of this box that it's in. We're either going to see it break its all-time high between 72 and 74K, or we're going to see it lose $67,500. And until one of those things happens, guys, I've actually decided I'm not really going to do anything. I'm not going to be doing anything because the thing is, there's no way for me to guess what's going to happen here. I have no way of knowing. Is Bitcoin going to lose some support or is Bitcoin going to go upwards? It could go up, it could go down, just like always. So there's really no, strong clarity that I can have what its price is going to do. But what I do know is that the direction that it breaks out from next is likely the direction that it's going to continue in for a rather substantial amount of time. Now, you guys know I personally don't really care what direction it goes in. Now, I know that's a crazy thing to say, but it really doesn't make much of a difference to me. Now, the reason being is what we discussed in the last video. Bitcoin just recently broke its 618 to 786 box to the upside, opening the door for a continuation into the high $80,000 region. And so, well, if Bitcoin's price does break to the upside here, well, it might be time, right? It might be time for that upper $80,000 move. Or if Bitcoin's price pulls to the downside here, that means that I can just buy some more in preparation for when that eventual move to the upside does happen. So to me, it's like, okay, we're either going to make these gains now, or I'm going to buy some more, and we're going to make even more gains later. Both of those are fantastic options for me, so I don't really care. And so at this given point, what I would say, in my only opinion about what we're seeing right now, is that it's a good time to wait. It's a good time to wait and see what happens. Does Bitcoin hold support and use this support to continue upwards? If so, I think we're going to make that strong move towards $80,000. If Bitcoin's price loses support here, I think we could head as low as $60,000 and have some more beautiful buying opportunities as Bitcoin pursues a higher low and then a continuation back to the upside, maybe towards the middle to the end of the summer at that given point. And so obviously this isn't a video where I can tell you what I think is going to happen. I can't even really tell you what historically happens, because in situations like this, you really can't know. But what I can tell you is that you should be prepared for either one of these moves, and you should have game plans set in place like I have in order to be able to capitalize on it, because in all reality, being able to, win in crypto comes down to it comes down to being prepared. Oftentimes people want to say, well, it's going to go up and I'm going to long it now, or it's going to go down, so I'm going to short it now. But the way that I like to look at it is, I don't know what it's going to do, because there's no way of knowing. But here are the two options of the highest likely, the highest probability. And here's what I would do under each circumstance, so that when one of those circumstances does arrive, now I have a plan of exactly how to execute. And that's the reason why we've done so well on this channel, not only for this year and last year or the year before that, but for the last 4 or 5 years now. Okay. And so with that in mind, guys, I'll of course continue to update you. I have a lot of videos dropping today because I missed yesterday. So I'm trying to catch back up, baby. So I have a Bitcoin video, Solana video, maybe a render video. I have a video about what I'm doing and what I'm buying, a general broad video. I have a couple micro cap videos coming maybe either tonight or tomorrow morning. So a lot of vids coming here soon, guys. And so make sure that if you do enjoy the content, I know the audio and video is not the best, but if you do enjoy the content in the videos, you do like this video, you do subscribe to the channel if you are new. And of course, I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.